deliveries, and we're pushing like crazy to meet that. But we'd be in a much better position to let you know when we do our earnings call for Q3 in mid-November of how on track we are for that.
Has the global chip shortage put a wrinkle in anything for you? I mean, we know that car makers in particular here in the U.S. are really struggling, and they're having to cut back on projections for vehicles made. Is that a factor for you?
Not yet, not so much the chip shortage, but COVID has had an impact upon our supply chain in terms of the quality of parts that we've received. And that's led to delays this year, and that's why we've not been able to get into production until now.
And, and one of the things that's being discussed, we've been kind of watching the battle on Capitol Hill with the infrastructure bill and then the social spending bill. But in that infrastructure bill, there is money allocated as of now for charging stations, for a network of charging stations across the country. How involved have you been in efforts to make sure that that language stays in the infrastructure package as is? And is that a game changer for you?
Well, we've got a great relation with influencers on Capitol Hill and certainly have our voice heard. It's critical that the US has a leadership position to really catalyze the uptake of electric cars. And certainly charging infrastructure is pretty critical, not just a fast charging infrastructure, DC fast charging. I think that overnight charging and access to slower AC charging is a critical part of the whole landscape as well.
And I'm glad you brought up the timing of how long it takes to charge a vehicle, because I know that has been kind of a concern and a little bit of an issue for the industry overall. But I do want to ask you about BMW RollsRoyce. You've said before on this show, that you welcome competition. Well, now you've got your wish with BMW and RollsRoyce. How big of a challenge is this for you?
Well, I welcome the competition. Even before that, of course, we're having Mercedes launch their EQS, their luxury EV, later this year in the US. And I think that I relish the competition. Lucid's got the most advanced technology, and this is a tech race. Do not forget that this is an electric vehicle technology race, and we are here to compete at the top table.
And you're also competing with Tesla. I do want to ask you about the price points for the vehicles, because your model of this new at the facility that you're producing the cars at right now with the Air, it's $161,000 about, right? That's a lot more than a Tesla, which is coming in obviously a lot less than $100,000. So are you worried about that? I know you've got a longer range, but are you worried about that big difference in price of Tesla?
Well, I think we're positioned as a luxury player in the EV market. And if you look at the offerings from Porsche and Mercedes, I think what we're offering, over 1,000 horsepower, 500 miles plus, and great luxury car, it's actually a sniff of that price point. But my passion is to get towards a more affordable offering and to get Air Pure into production later next year. And that car will be approximately $100,000 less, in the 70,000s mark. That's my passion, because that's where the volume is, and that's where Lucid's going to operate. Do not think of Lucid as just a niche ultra-luxe player. That's our starting point. My passion is to bring the price point down to make our world-class EV tech available to more people.
And we're looking at pictures of the vehicle right now. It is a beautiful car. I have to compliment you on that.
Thank you.
I think it's also much that we've also got Polestar. And Polestar going public. They've got a luxury vehicle. Some on Wall Street say that you're onto something. You've got, I think it was Citi and Bank of America. They've got a buy on your stock. I was looking at that today. Morgan Stanley, though, questions the valuation of the company. How do you prove the other banks right and prove Morgan Stanley wrong?
Look, this is a long-term play. There's only been one winner in this game to date, and that's Tesla. And a couple of things differentiated Tesla. Tesla had its technology, world-class technology, has it in-house developed and vertically integrated in its manufacturing. As far as I'm aware, there are only two companies that do that in the world, Tesla and Lucid. This is a technology race, and the others do not appear to be in that race.
Peter Rawlinson. It's great to have you back on the Claimant Countdown again, and thank you for your time. Please come back soon. We'd love to see you.
Thanks so much.
All right.